Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series, we will go back to where it all started. And this time round, we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in Chongqing, China for the redacted Stick It to the Man challenge, which basically entails eliminating Hush whilst disguised as a homeless person. So for today's challenge, we will be starting on the Riverside Walkway. We're going to be bringing with us a vial of lethal poison, and I've opted to bring with me some coins and obviously my silenced pistol. So, right from the start and off the bat, we require a couple of items which we will gather up on our way towards the block building, which is just over this footbridge here, and it's the building directly ahead of us. We just need to avoid this madman shouting about being rich. And we're going to head directly underneath the building here where there is a group of homeless people. And we are going to grab up the crowbar that is right here. There are a number of them dotted about the map. We just need this for a melee item. We're going to continue on around the back of the block building and down the side alley where we will encounter a homeless person. So we're just going to unfortunately throw our crowbar above his head instead of at it. Luckily he did not turn round, so we're just going to quickly render him unconscious, hide him in the dumpster provided, and take his outfit. So that's the outfit taken care of. We're going to have that crowbar back, we may need that. We're then going to duck into the window behind us, into the block, and down into the basement area where we will find another crowbar. We could start a collection. We're not here for the crowbar, we're here for the fuse in the corner of the room. And with that now acquired, we're going to retrace our steps back up to the ground floor. We're going to head up the pipe just to the left of the door and up here onto the first floor. And out here we're going to take out our silenced pistol because we are going to go through a frisk zone. And we're going to place it right in the corner here as much as we can get it. And then we're going to vault back over the balcony and back down to the ground floor. And then we're going to head out the window and run around the building and back in through the front door and introduce ourselves properly. We are not Batman. So once we're in here, we're going to go through a quick frisk, and then we're going to be led to the recruitment interview room. Can't seem to get my words out today. Once there, we're going to be told that there's no more work today and that we can leave. Yeah, after you, sir. That smell, that's you. I'm nice and clean, mate. So when he turns right, we're going to turn left, retrieve our silenced pistol. We don't actually need it, but I want it. It's my comfort blanket. So he's going to lead us around into the interview room, and we're just going to have to wait for the current occupant to leave. Now, when we are called in to speak with the researcher, she obviously will tell us there is no more work today, and when she gets up to turn to the guard to escort us back out, she will turn to our left on the screen. We can then immediately bolt through the window you can see at the back of the room there. So she's just getting the phone call now telling her that they have everybody they need. She is going to dismiss the other homeless man in the room and call us over and explain why we've just wasted our time coming here.
Don't understand. There's no work?
Oh no, there will be more to come. Depending on the results of the conclusion to this test phase, come back tomorrow and we'll schedule a new spot for you. Come in and take a seat. I'm sorry to inform you that we have all the test subjects we'll need for tonight. But you're welcome to fill in your information now and come back tomorrow. A guard is waiting outside the door. He'll escort you out of the building when you're done. Help yourself to an apple. For your trouble.
I do need my vitamins.
So it's at this point we want to get up and make a beeline straight out of the window and around the balcony, and we're going to head over through the hole in the wall there and up the drain pipe to the next floor. Now I had tried doing this by taking out Hush in this same manner, but in my suit, and then just putting on the homeless man's outfit right at the very end. But I thought I'd do it the proper way for the video, just to make sure that the challenge does pop, because I don't know if the challenge would pop for you if you only change into the homeless guy's outfit right at the end and we don't go through the whole interview section. So we're just going to wait here inside the door at the far end of the balcony for the guard you can see having a cigarette to move away. He will go and face the windows you can see in the background there, and he will have his back to us, and we can then pass through this area nice and quickly, nice and quietly, staying crouched. We're going to use the boxes over here as cover for everyone on our left while we check on our right, and the room next to us is the security room. There are 3 guards in there, but only the guard in the middle actually moves around, which he's about to do, and that's exactly what we're waiting for. So once he finishes moving and he stops to take his drink, we can then pass through the security room and up the stairs to the next floor, where we will encounter a keypad door. Except this time round I've decided to take a different route. At the time I thought this might be quicker, and it quite possibly is if Hush doesn't turn up at the exact same time that you do. So instead of just turning around and going through the keypad door, which is what I should have done, I'm going to wait this conversation out. And for those of you that do not wish to do so, the keypad code is 2552 if you don't know it already, and feel free to make your way up to the top floor where I will join you shortly. So once this conversation plays out, we're going to wait for the guard facing us to move away, and then we're going to make our way into the room just beyond the pipe you can see just over our left shoulder there. And in there, that's where they're doing all sorts of weird experiments in pods, and we're going to pass through that area relatively quickly. There are a number of people around, and we are trespassing, so they will all be enforcers, but with a bit of luck we are only in view of anyone for the briefest of moments, and not long enough for anyone really to get interested enough in us. So Hush and Sister Lee have gone back to their usual routines. We're just waiting now on this guard. Yes, the corridor is safe, secure, and above all, empty of assassins. You can now go back and resume your conversation with your colleague. Thank you. So once he turns around, we can then make our way through this area. There are the 3 people in question, but they should all be pretty much having their backs to us, and we can pass straight through out onto the balcony and up the bamboo scaffolding to the top floor. I'm sure that way will be quicker if Hush isn't around. So once we're up here, we're going to add our lethal poison to the ventilation system, make our way along the balcony to the far end. We're going to use the code 2552 to gain access to the deprivation room. But before we head in, we're just going to check on instinct where the researcher is. He's not currently in the great place, so we're just going to wait for him to move into the right position, which is just over nearer us by the fuse box. Also be aware of where Hush and his bodyguard are, because Hush does frequent this room as well. So once the researcher has his position changed, we can then enter into the room. render him unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the closet provided, making sure that Hush isn't on his way in here. We can then move on to the guard in the room. Don't forget to collect up his gun, otherwise that will slow things down somewhat when Hush does come in. We're going to hide him, or the guard, along with the researcher in the closet provided. Now usually in these videos I stick around for the kill. Today will be one of those rare exceptions. Before we leave, am I forgetting something? Am I forgetting something? No, yes. I forgot to add the fuse to the fuse box, thus activating our death trap. So once that's done, we are going to immediately start heading out of the building. We're not going to wait around for the kill, because getting out of the building in this outfit is going to be a little bit tricky, or about as tricky as it was getting in, but it's going to take time. So we're just going to retrace our steps exactly the way we came up. Just be aware there is that patrolling guard and he is on his way over. So we're just going to wait him out, and when he turns around and goes back down the corridor, we can then continue on our journey on the way down the building. Come on mate, there's nothing in the corridor, even I'm not there this time. Turn around, there's nothing to see here. Demon eyes. Yes, you have the eyes of a demon. Right, so once he walks away, we can then continue on heading down via the stairs. We're going to have to make our way back past the security room. So again, just making sure that everybody has their back to us. Namely, the moving guard isn't moving. Any of his stationary positions, he will have his back to you. So we're going to make our way out onto the balcony of the second floor, around to our left, and down the drain pipe to the first floor, and back onto the balcony, where we will then utilize the shortcut we've opened previously a long time ago, and down to the ground floor where there are two guards in the courtyard. We're just going to wait for the guard on the left there to turn around and go back to his companion, where we can then exit the area. We're going to go out through the gate around to our right, and for a change we're not going to take the scooter exit, as for once we actually have a crowbar on us. So we're going to make our way back down to the side alleyway here, and we're going to open up this manhole cover right here. So our exit is ready and waiting for us. So all we have to do now is wait for Hush to enter into the deprivation chamber and discover that it's working, kind of.
Good. That's both targets down. I just need to override this, and I'm in. You can get out now and I can take care of the data remotely. Unless you want to handle it yourself.
So that will get you the stick it to the man redacted challenge. All we have to do is escape down this sewer right next to us. So there we go, one more challenge taken care of. Pretty easy one, it's just avoiding everybody on your way up and down through the building. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.